KSM show.
Thank you so much. As you can tell, I'm obviously not in my studio, man. I'm in the house of a great friend, a great man, somebody I call a man to respect. This man is so accomplished. Let me tell you something before he comes in, You know how you research and try and find out so much about your guest before you get on the set? So I started, I said, okay, let me try and memorize the awards he's won. And I started. At the end of the day, I realized that my brain couldn't handle the capacity. Because the last count, it was around 72 awards, man. Show us a love, man. This one is a genius, man. And I'm telling you, this is going to be one of the most inspiring shows you've ever seen, man. You're going to learn so much. Let me shut up now. Let me introduce my guest, man. I am the only one in this country who has the audacity to introduce somebody into his own house. Put your hands together. Show some love for Dr. Mckorley. There we go. Have a seat, dog. Show some love one more time. No, please. You may have a seat. We are in this house. Stick around, folks. We'll be right back.
The KSM show.
And of course, we're in the house of Dr. Mckorley. And if you didn't know him, then there's something quite wrong with you. He owns McDan shipping, man. Yes, a shipping magnate. Boss.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for me welcoming you to your house, man.
You're welcome. You're welcome in my house.
Finally, okay. Thank you. Look, it's so, I was just trying to think, how do I even start an interview with this man? Your experience is so broad and your story is so inspiring. And for those of you who do not know, this guy, Labadi man, show some love, man. He's a Labadi chap, man. And he started his life, he's been a houseboy, he's sold kerosene, he's been a trotro mate, he's been a people teacher, and the list goes on and on and on and on. Chief, now you're a millionaire, multi?
Well, that's what some people say. Not yet there.
Not yet there. No, I know you still, but you're looking back.
Yeah.
Your days when you're being a houseboy, and your days now, do you get a sense of fulfillment, or it's like no big deal?
Well, to me, not really a big deal.
It's not a big deal.
It's not a big deal.
Why?
It's not a big deal because if I look at my past, it really humbles me, and I don't see why it should be a big deal. Because it sobers me a lot.
Let me tell you what inspired me or inspires me about your past, because you had every reason to play the victim card. Yeah. Oh, my father was broke and he was just a carpenter trying to make, people find reasons to become a victim and they celebrate that victimness by making claims. You didn't. I mean, the very thing that will make some people become victims was what inspired you to?
Not really. I mean, with my story, I always tell my story not to play the victim, but to inspire others. I feel my story is a bit unique because, as I keep saying always, that I want to be remembered, not how much money I have made, but how many people I've helped along the line. If I play the victim, how many people will play same victim? So my story is rather to inspire the youth. That is why you see me always around the youth, trying to encourage them, tell the story to let them understand that.
So how do you see yourself?
Well, now I see myself as a reasonable, ordinary Young man.
I don't know about ordinary.
Ordinary young man.
Yeah.
Being part of a society who is trying to make a change.
Yeah. I came to your office, by the way, you know, and there are some here, you know, the fish, your aquarium, you know, came to the house, and even the aquarium on the floor. And do you have anything does fish inspire you? Where does all the fish?
Well, I love fish a lot. I brought this one from Israel, and it's koi's coming down.
Oh, it comes you down.
Yeah, they're beautiful, and no matter how stressful you are, you look at koi's, you gaze at them, it makes you think, and it
Well, these are called koi's.
Koi's, and also makes you see God's beauty, nature. So, you know, God is a wonderful man, a Superman.
I like that. God is a Superman.
So it really calms me down. That's why I like fish.
You started your company with McDan shipping. You had a staff of 3.
Yeah, just one.
One.
I started with one person.
And now you have 5,800 plus?
Yes, over 5,000 plus. Yeah.
You started with one and you have 5,800?
Yeah.
You are not ordinary, man.
I mean, it's been a long journey anyway. The journey has been long.
Yeah. But what I want to get into is what has sustained you, you know? The story of businesses in Ghana is a story of business failures, crumbling, not getting to where they want to be, you know. But you have been actually able to build McDan Shipping, group of companies, plus many others. What is there a trick or a secret?
Oh, well, it's, you know, it's your conviction and how you see the future and how you see the world around you. I believe as a young man, you have to look at the internal environment and the external environment and how you see yourself and how you want to be. It's all about yourself. Yes, and the opportunities around you, how you can fight on. Every day, waking out of bed is a struggle, but I don't have a choice.
A struggle in what sense?
5:30, I'm already up. At times 4:30. And if you look at the world around you, the world out there, what I'm going to face the next day, I have never expected mine tomorrow to be easier than my yesterday. I mean, so it gives me more strength. I wake up in the morning, I know that, look, today is going to be tough. So I don't expect anything easy.
Even at this stage, I would have thought that, yeah, when you're starting, then, you know, you don't know what to expect and it's tough. But you grow through it and you build the strength so that it becomes easier.
Well, you see, where I am right now, I've not even gotten half of my potential. So this is where the real fight begins. It's easy to get up there, but how to sustain it? You see, how to sustain a standard and how to move on to the next stage is the difficult aspect. I mean, I delivered a lecture at the CEO Summit, and I told all CEOs in Ghana that, look, not a single company in Ghana had clocked the $1 billion mark. And that means that we are all poor CEOs. A population of 30 million people. So that means that we all have to work extra hard to get to that level. So my yesterday will never be easier than my tomorrow. So the struggles still continue. I love what I do. And I also try to put up the right attitude not to fail.
Yeah. Thank you. Let's talk about attitude, and I'm glad you brought it up because I read reading up on some of the stuff. I came across a statement you made that you don't hire diplomas and certificates. You don't hire degrees and certificates.
Yeah.
You hire attitude.
Attitude, yeah.
What explain that?
You know, what makes you successful is your attitude. It's not how many degrees you have or what you know. 70% becoming wealthy, 70% is your attitude. 25%, it's, I can say that it's skills. 5% is the knowledge. So if 70% is attitude, you have to put up the right attitude. And we come from an environment where we all have a very bad attitude. You know, we set very low bars for ourselves. So immediately you walk and walk over the bar, you think you have arrived. But you have to set a bar that you don't need to walk over. You run, you jump, you fall, you have bruises, you get up, you realize, yes, I have set a bar that I've been able to scale over that bar, a very tall bar. That is why, you know, you employ people into your company, you expect the best of them, but they themselves set very low bar for themselves. Those are some of the attitude. And they don't see anything wrong with it.
Is that a national, is it part of our national psyche? Because I really understand where you're coming from, and especially when I came to that lecture and you hit on that point, I was like, bingo, you know? The bar that we have set for ourselves is substandard.
Yes.
You know, so we cleared the substandard bar. We are happy that we cleared the bar.
Yeah.
How do we fix it?
Oh, it can be fixed in many angles. In my small way, I'm doing what I can do. Anybody around me, you must have that standard. From our schools, though leadership had failed us, had failed the youth in this country. So our way of thinking is so small. And instead of going for the gold, we'll go fighting for bronze. And we leave the gold for others to take the gold, and we feel we've not gotten to that standard, that level to go for the gold. And we're always fighting for bronze and jumping, hooray, like we've been able to make it. But, you know, attitude, it's all that it takes to get, grab, take, run with what you have. You can make $1 billion if you want to make $1 billion. Have the right attitude with integrity, you will make it.
Let me take you all the way back to the days of being a houseboy, selling kerosene, and what was your attitude then? Now, if I'm going to be the best houseboy, I'm going to...
Let me give you a story.
Yeah.
When I was a laborer with a company called BG Builders, I worked so hard that I got a promotion to be a bookkeeper. Big promotion in them days. You know?
From laborer to bookkeeper.
Bookkeeper, you
Big
know.
leap.
Big leap. Meanwhile, I was the smallest among the laborers. You know? And these macho, hard boys, they like dealing with me, you know. When they fetch a concrete in head pan, you know, there's a size with my hard muscles that I can lift. In those days, you don't have all these, you have to carry, pass it on, pass it on, pass it on, and I happen to be in the queue. So you want to chop the same money like us. You know, we can't share the same money with you. You have to go and do something else. So they will load the head pan for me. But my attitude and the way I work, I don't know if my foreman was looking at me. And he realized that these guys want to kill me. And I always get to work very early. At times, I even advise all of us, those in my level, that let's clean the place before we close. Don't know if my boss was watching me. I didn't know what I was doing. I was being mean. And one day, he just said, young man, be the bookkeeper. Just make sure those who report early, mark them. When they bring cement, count the cement, break time, hit the, big promotion. And I had 2 cedis difference in my salary. That was a big one.
Yeah. So whatever you did with it all, basically.
Those days I remember I was also selling books. I was going from office to office selling books. I sat one day, I said, look, I go out there, by 1, 2 o'clock, I've closed. I realized that if I meet 10 people, 2 people will patronize my book. With the right attitude, I said to myself, why don't I double the number of people I meet every day and introduce my book? I started making more money. And then I never stopped. One lead to the other, to the other, to the other. You don't need to look at anybody. You have to look what drives you, what puts something better in your pocket. Yeah.
So that's that inner drive that I was talking about. There's something, but it's getting more interesting because there are other things I want us to get into. But we'll take a small commercial break. When we come back, more of the man, McDan in the house. We'll be right back. We're back. And just before the commercial break, I told you we're going to get into other things. Somehow, when I listen to you, I keep going back to that day because I think that was the first time I've heard you on the platform addressing the youth. And I could read the passion for the youth. I could read your energy and the drive you had. Yes. And speaking of that, you have set up what we call the McDan's Challenge. Let's take a second look at this clip. Take a look at this clip.
This is McDan and his jury, the finest Ghana enterprise and business leader. In the next 13 weeks, they will make or break the dreams of budding entrepreneurs.
We want 100,000 to employ 2 people.
No, that's not it.
Be straight, don't lie. Okay. If you lie, I will catch you.
Yes, sir.
The multi-millionaire investor has built up his fortune from scratch. McDan has the credentials, the contact, commitment, and the cash ready to invest, but only in the right business. In these toughest economic times, McDan is the last chance for budding entrepreneurs to get the financial backing they desperately need. Who will succeed? Who will fail? And who will win the $100,000? The McDan Entrepreneurship Challenge.
Wow. This is more like, I think it's like what, Shark Tank? I've seen some series and you set this up specifically to get
the youth.
youth.
Actually, this is actually more than Shark Tank, and it's more than The Apprentice. We're not copying anybody. This is our own style.
Okay.
If you look at the rest, they invest in people, business, apprentice, employ people, but this one we are setting the businesses for them. That's the uniqueness about this entrepreneurial challenge. We have a lot of smart entrepreneurs, but if you look at the clip, you can see that is the production quality is very high.
Very.
Active Media did a very good job, and we spent a lot of time to produce these. When we're doing it, the reason why it's going to be a TV challenge, a TV show, I sat one day and I said, no, we're just handling 7,000 youth. Over 7,000 startups apply for this.
7,000.
7,000. And it was amazing, though it was a short time. And I realized that there are more youth out there who need solutions to problems, who want to do business. But I have learned a lot, even me myself, doning out the money and looking at the whole program. I want to build businesses. As I said from the beginning, I don't want to be noted like some selfish rich man or, I mean, I want to help the youth. I want to be the CEO of CEOs. I want to be the man who everybody will point out that this man helped me set up my business, this man helped me set up my business. So this year alone, we're going to build 20 businesses. The price money on this is $100,000. But during the program, I realized that most of the youth is really not about money. It's also about mentoring, guidance, coaching, and small things that they need to do and put up the right attitude to make sure that they get where they want to get to. There's a lot of these things playing in the youth. Ghanaian youth is very smart, but they don't have the fighting spirit. That is my only problem. And I said to myself, let's put this show out there, that the millions of youth sitting out there will get the opportunity to be able to vet and assess themselves in their homes. That look, I have a business plan. If I look at my business plan, I can see that the business plan needs small cleanup here, small cleanup there. So when 10 Ghana organize them, we will, 10 Ghana have done a very good job also to put this together. And they will sit in their homes to realize that my business plan, I think I have not looked at my finances well. My business plan is not actually money I need. I need this. After this, the season 2, after the season 2 or during the season 2, we're going to set up a McDan equity fund that any startup you think you have the best business, you can walk into the office, pitch your business to panel of judges, and you'll be supported. And to start your own business.
But before the pitch, you would have taken them through some sort of mentoring process for them to understand the fundamentals?
No, you pitch before we take you through.
Okay.
Yes. You pitch your business. When it's accepted by the panel, you'll be coached. So this is going to be big for the youth, not me. Yeah, the youth are really going to benefit.
So, thank you. So you started with what, 7,000 or 7,000 applicants?
Applicants, yeah.
And then you narrowed it to shortlist.
Right now 10. We have
to 10.
Yeah.
What was the criteria? What are you using to cut out from 7,000 to 10?
Well, you have to pitch, certain businesses will not sell in our environment. You might have the idea, but we look at a lot of factors. I mean, if the business can work, I will tell you, very straightforward. We have a lot of youth who are yearning to do stuff, but they're not thinking right. Yes, but if you come before Judge Mckorley, he'll clean you up. Yes, and so when you come, I will clean you up. I will tell you the truth.
That this won't work. Forget this idea.
Forget this idea and go back and learn some more.
Do you get that a lot? Ideas that they bring and it's like.
A lot. That tells you one guy appeared on the panel, or appeared to pitch his business. He took his sample and he said the rat in his house chewed a sample. You're not ready. You cannot. It's the same attitude I'm talking about. As a young man, you have to be ready. This is no joke. This could be your future. You understand? So you have to pitch it and pitch it
seriously.
Well. Seriously. I mean, I take everything I do in life very seriously.
Speaking of young guys making presentations, you have the platform now. They are all listening to. What was like 2 things should young startups keep in mind? What can they take away from you today? Just 2 strong things that you think all the young ones listening should keep in mind?
Well, young men need to be very, very practical. You know, I can see young men of Ghana speak a lot of English, but they think big. But today, what I want the young men to take from me, be very practical and sincere to your strength and your weaknesses. When you're practical and sincere to your strength and your weaknesses, you always find solutions to wherever you want to go.
So be practical.
Be practical.
Yeah. You get a lot of that. People bring highfalutin ideas that to you is like so far out, but they think it's something solid that they can work with.
Well, I mean, I like young men who believe in what they have. You know, in my office or in my company, for instance, I don't like managers who always agree to what I say. I want managers to have their own opinions around things. That is how you build the world around you. Let people be able to stand up to you to say, look, I believe this can work. That's the practicality I am talking about. I believe in this I am doing. Believe in yourself and believe that if I do this, it will work.
Which is a big problem, especially in our country, because even the educational system teaches us what to think and not how to think.
That is a problem.
Yeah.
It's a big problem. You know, if you look at the billionaires around the world, they solve problems. I don't think I would want to ask my son or I want to ask my daughter, if you grow, what do you want to be? I would want to have my son or my daughter, what problem can you solve for the world? The billionaires in the world solve problems. Mention each and every one's name. McDan is solving a problem. He's solving a problem. You know, within the shortest possible time, McDan is going to be the biggest logistic company in Africa.
Show some love.
We're solving Africa logistical problems. You know, so where people can't go, by road, by sea, by water, by air, we get there. Right. I can tell, if I tell you what I have done, I make the impossible possible in the logistic world. You understand? You solve problems. Why you solve problems, you make more money. No easy way out of everything. So the youth of today should be problem solvers. The youth of today should find a channel to, when they think, they're sitting and thinking. KSM came out with this show. This show is #1. You have been, you found a niche of something and you're doing it. Same supposed to be our children. You know, what I can do for the next generation is to provide a shoulder. Immediately McDan provide a shoulder for today's world. Immediately you stand on the shoulder of McDan, you are taller than McDan. So I want the next world to be taller than me. I want those around you to be bigger than me. That is where you make a better tomorrow. Yeah.
Which I love, because it goes, and sadly, I think it's contrary. You know, you don't want anybody to be bigger than you, you pull them. I'm talking about the society. It's so frustrating, you know, that,
That's true.
and I like hearing this, you know, that I'm giving you a shoulder so that you become taller than me.
Yeah.
Wow.
That is how it's supposed to be. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. Having said that, let me segue into, because you said something very interesting. You're not going to ask your son or daughter, what do you want to be, but what problem do you want to solve?
Yeah.
What kind of a dad are you?
Well, before being a dad, I'm a very romantic husband.
You are? I like that.
I'm a very romantic husband. I mean, I try as much. You know, kids are all that we have. And it is very sad that you have children and you don't make the time for them. What they learn in school is just 20%. You as a parent, even being around them is more education than anything. You nurture them, they flow with you, you talk to them. So Saturdays, my wives can never get close to my children. They are with me all day. Even if I'm going to my business meeting, we play soccer, we play tennis, we eat kenke.
Yeah.
You know, kenke and pepper. That is our Saturday food. And I want my kids to be with me Saturdays. So I spend time with them. I look at the academic work. I look at what they do. So I also make sure that they are very physically okay.
How many do you have?
Right now I have 10 kids.
You have 10?
I'm looking for 12.
You're looking- why 12?
Actually, I'm not very spiritual, but I think I want to have the tribe of Judah.
The tribe of Judah. Why do you say you're not spiritual? You come across as somebody who is, you know,
I mean,
not religious, but spiritual and...
You see, I remember when I was young, I was a youth leader. I was very active in my church, and I'm still active with God in my heart, right? And I don't joke with God. Anything I do, God first. I know He guides me, and He guides my vision, my conscience, my everything. Maybe to have the tribe of Judah, He is telling me that go that way. Actually, I love large family. I really want to have a very large family. Yeah.
And how many wives?
2.
Because I heard you say wives, not... We have 2.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
I have 2 beautiful, smart wives.
2 beautiful small wives. Tell us about... you are leading me now into the conversation, you know. So now that you have brought up 2 beautiful, smart wives, what's your rule as the man in keeping a household of 2 beautiful wives?
To be honest with you, they control. They are in charge of
Oh,
my
they are in
life.
charge?
They are in charge. They are in charge. They control me. I mean, they lead the way.
They lead the way.
They lead the way.
And you follow nicely.
I follow nicely. Respectfully.
Respectfully. Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. If I was to ask any of them what kind of husband, they'll say romantic? What would they say?
You know, they know I am romantic.
They know you are.
They know.
You're a strong man, eh?
Yeah, very, very strong.
In terms of giving back, you know, this is the McDan challenge that you're giving back to the youth, trying to get them to be more entrepreneurial in their thinking, you know. You are also the only person I know who is a chief or a nene or a nana, 2 different regions in Ghana. You've been crowned chief at the Ada, development chief.
Yeah.
Wow.
Actually, the whole country. I'm the king of the north and the king of the south. Right.
It's never happened, eh? Well, are there any? Well, not that I know of. Who's been crowned king?
No, I'm the only one.
Yeah.
I'm the only one that you know. Only one. And actually, it's all had to do with God's way. You know, like I'm the man for the youth. I'm always there for the youth. I give back a lot to society. As I'm talking to you, I have over 200 kids in school.
400?
200 kids in school. 250 actually.
Yeah. And you built a lot of schools.
Yes. Currently, we just completed Sion Primary School. Huge school. I mean, we also starting another one in the upper. This year we built about 7 schools in the north.
Wow.
We're just finishing almost 2. We'll build 1, 2 in Nada. The schools in Nadan. I'm building AstroTurf in La, where I'm coming from. I'll build 1 school also there to help the the youth over there. I like giving back. Looking at where I'm coming from. I mean, I don't want to see any child who will give excuse, who will play the victim. And I don't want to see any child like that. It breaks my heart. I'm giving back in my minutest way, the smallest way that I can to society, and more are yet to come. Yeah.
And the impact is actually awesome, you know.
We're even going to build a boxing gym in the Tamale.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
But my corporate social responsibilities in education, the environment. This coming year, likely we are launching McDan Go Green. We'll be planting 1 million trees.
I read about that.
Also. So we're doing a lot to sports also.
We sometime in the future see a presidential candidate in you?
No, I'm not into politics, and I'm there for the youth. I'm there for this country. What I like to see, I want to see the right leadership in this country, because I personally believe leadership had failed us, and we have a lot to give to this country. I don't know what tomorrow has for me, and I will give what I have to give, but for now, I want to stay a businessman.
You want to be a businessman?
I want to be a businessman.
And your impact to society from being a businessman, trust me, is even weightier than you would have ever been in than in active politics.
I'll be too hot for politics.
Share some love one more time. Dr. Mckorley, it's been amazing being with you. I wish I had a whole week to get into stuff. Giving you like a minute or two, is there what's on your heart that you want to tell, especially the youth of Ghana, before we wrap up?
Well, actually, looking at where I'm coming from, I want to give hope to every youth in this country, because Ghana is a place to make it. Right? Whatever you want to do, you can do it. Just believe in yourself and your integrity. Watch your integrity. Be honest to whatever you do. Don't cut corners. Face life head on, and you will succeed. And never give up.
Never give up.
Never give up in your dreams.
Put your hands together, man. And when he says this is really, really serious. You're looking at a man who started as a houseboy. You're looking at a man who sold kerosene. You're looking at a man who walked barefoot for long, and he is telling you, never give up. So you dare not never give up. Dr. Mckorley, thank you so much for having us. Show us a love one more time. So I'll tell you what we're going to do, man. We're going to end this conversation, but trust me, next week, he'll be back with us, and we'll do the concluding part of the discussion, right? In the meantime, let me say I'm very, very, very happy to have been the guest and also the host in the house of Dr. Mckorley, head honcho, big man of McDan, showing some love. And thank you all so very much. And tune in next week when we do the concluding segment of this wonderful interview. We'll be right back.